Hello, it's Brian from Gould Instruments again. Today we're at the Master Plumbers Association's New South Wales training facility that they're setting up. They've kindly allowed us to do some filming here today, which is much appreciated. Today I'm going to be talking about our new Gould Instruments app or application that we've developed over a period of time that is used to integrate with our digital instruments for great accuracy and accountability. So the app has several subsections which we'll talk about later, and it operates on both Apple and Android devices, mobile devices. The app also has the ability to create QR codes so that when you arrive at a site to test something and it hasn't got a serial number, you can create one on the spot using a cordless printer, Bluetooth connected. So you can then enter all the various details of customer and your location, the serial number, the model number, the type of device you're testing, etc. So that next time you come back, you can scan that code with your app and it will populate the test report with all the constants, and then all you have to do is add the test results for the new test. Now the test results also include a GPS pin drop on a map, time and date stamping of course, and you can also add photos to accurately describe the location of the device and the condition, etc. The test reports are then stored in the cloud for later retrieval and export, and only the people that are authorised can get access to those test reports. So we'll go into greater detail very shortly. The new Gould application is a subscription-based service which includes storage of all your test reports in the cloud and access to retrieve and export and whatever you need to do with those reports for as long as you need. Right, I'm about to show you the first subsection in our application, which is called Owner's Information. This means the owner of the building that you're going to test devices on and the location. So we'll go add a new owner. You'll type in all the details and then create a label, print, and you'll create a unique QR code label for that particular site and owner, which you can attach somewhere for future reference. And then if you go back to the main page, you'll have a list of all the customers that you've been to or all the sites, and you can select one of them and it'll self-populate the test report ready for your test. And you can also scan the QR code. So that's how you register an owner in the app. Right, the next subsection that we're going to talk about is tester info or information. This is the part within the app that you register your own personal details, you the guy that's going to do the testing. So on here we have the authorised tester's name, his plumbing licence number or other appropriate licence, and a phone number. So you can either scan your label, QR code that you've done previously, or create a new one, just like we did before, and then away you go on your test. So that's how you register a new tester within the application. The next subsection that we're going to talk about is called Sync Test Devices, which means synchronise. So this is still in development at the moment, and we hope to have this up and running later in the year. So what it means is if you're a solo operator doing some testing, you can synchronise a number of instruments together before you start the test. Then you can deploy those instruments to multiple points on a site. They could be a kilometre apart or whatever. And then they'll record and register all that test information, which can then be synchronised at the end of the test when the instruments reunite. Our next section is called backflow testing, and it's compatible with our digital backflow test kits. High accuracy, high quality, and accountability. So what you're going to do for a start is, if you've been there before, you're going to scan the QR tag so you don't have to type in the owner details and the tester details, the authorised tester, and the test kit details. You can scan them if you've been there before, otherwise you can enter them manually and create labels, which can then be attached to the item that you're testing, etc. So you'll go through you'll select the type of test you're doing, whether it's first or an audit test or a retest. You'll select the type of device that you're going to test, the backflow device, it could be an RPZ, etc. And then you'll go through and you'll populate the report with the test values. And then at the end of your test, if it passes, you'll sign it. You just tap on that square and you can take photos and attach photos, and then you're going to create a report. When you create a report, it'll have GPS location, etc. all integrated in the report with time and date. The next subsection that I'm going to do is fire main water supply testing. So when you build a new building and you've got a ring main that supplies water for fire purposes, it's essential to test it and make sure that there's no leaks, obviously, but also you don't want excessive continued expansion of the PE piping. So as per the other testing we've done, you'll add authorised testers' details, the test kit that you're going to use, or if there's more than one item that you're going to use for a test, you'll add that detail, the owner occupier, and then you'll go through and do your testing, add a new fire supply main, record your results. You can start capturing data to synchronise, and then when you're finished, you'll have a list and you can create a report with GPS and sign your life away that the test has passed. The next subsection that I'm going to talk about in our app is fire hydrant testing. At the moment, we are developing a new instrument for fire hydrant testing, which will be available in the near future. So as per previous testing, we'll have our tester details, authorised tester, owner occupier details, location, etc. We're going to add a new fire hydrant that we haven't tested before, and the test kit details will be there. The details of the test as we go through the testing will be recorded, and then at the end you can create a report that will have GPS location, time and date, all the rest of it on that report. The next section within our application that we're going to talk about is fire booster pump testing. Fire booster pumps are critical in the event of a fire to maintain adequate water pressure for firefighting purposes. These pumps need to be maintained and tested regularly. As per previous tests, we'll have the authorised tester details listed. We'll have the test kit listed, the details, calibration date, etc. Owner occupier details and location. And then we'll go in and we'll create a new field for a new booster pump with a plant ID, and we'll record the results as we go through the testing, including pressures and RPM, start delay in seconds, and then we shall create a report which has GPS on it, location, time and date, etc. Create report, save. The next part of our app that we're going to talk about is called fire hose reel testing. These have to be tested on an annual basis generally, and obviously maintained so that in the event of a fire, you've got water where you need it and when. So we've got a unique instrument kit that we've just built, which is ultrasonic, and it measures the flow and the pressure of the hose reels without taking the nozzles off. As per previous tests, you're going to have your tester details, authorised tester, the test kit, the instrument that you're using, owner occupier with address, etc. And now we're just going to go and create a new report for a fire hose reel that we haven't done before. It'll have its own plant ID number, or serial number in other words. If it hasn't, you can create a QR code, of course. You'll select which type of test it is, initial or routine. You will then record the test results as you go through. When you're finished, you'll create a report, and then you can export and store that report at will. The next section we're going to talk about within the app is fire sprinkler supply testing. This is done using Gould Instruments Australian-made Anubars and high-quality sprinkler flow meters. As per previous testing, you're going to have your tester details there, who obviously has to be authorised, the test kit details, which is our instrument, the owner-occupier details with address, location, etc. And now we're going to go in and create a report for a brand new fire sprinkler system that we've never done. Right, it's going to have a plant ID or serial number to identify it. It's going to be either an initial test or a routine. And you're going to record the results as you go through, and you're going to create a report at the end of the job, which can then be exported and stored at will. The next section within our app that we're going to talk about is thermostatic mixing valve testing and the like. There are several different types of these devices that are all designed to keep water temperatures safe, particularly in high risk areas. We have all the instruments to do this and to record temperatures, etc. during the test. So as per previous tests, you will have authorised tester details, test kit details, owner-occupier, location, etc. And we're going to create a new report for a TMV that we've never tested before. So you're going to enter the ID, the make, the model, serial number. If it hasn't got a serial number, you can create a QR code and give it one. We test in accordance with the standard as per all testing. We record the results as we go through, temperatures, pressures, flow tests, and so on. We create a report. There's a list of reports that can be later on retrieved, and they'll be stored in the cloud. The next section within our app that we're going to discuss is emergency showers and eye wash testing. This is something that's got to be done on an annual basis according to the standard, and we've got all the instruments to do this and to record the test results. As per previous testing, your authorised tester details will be populated in the report, or you can scan QR codes for any of these fields if you've done it previously. The test kit details, owner, occupier, location, and then depending upon the type of item that you're testing, you'll go through the steps, record all your flow rates and so on, your temperatures, pressures, and then you'll populate a report, create a report. You can add photos to that, and GPS location and everything will be on the report. And the report will be stored for later retrieval. The next subsection within our app is called past reports. These past reports are those that you've stored in the cloud from previous testing. These reports are securely held and only available to those people that are authorised by the tester. But you can retrieve those reports, reprint them, email them, do whatever you must. And normally you wouldn't delete them, you'd keep them. So that's that section. The next section within our app is called Instruments. This is where you register all the details of your instruments that you've bought from Gould Instruments, and then you retrieve those details when you go to do a test. We can add instruments that you've purchased from Gould Instruments so that all the serial numbers, the calibration dates and all that sort of detail is recorded in that section. Then when you go to do some testing, you can select which instrument you're going to use. So we'll go back to that page. So you're about to do a test and you select what instruments you're going to use. The next section within the app is called Chart, which basically means that you can convert data into graphic form. This is something that will be available at a later point. Very useful when you've got more than one instrument that you want to synchronise. So when you go in here, it will come up with a list of all the instruments that are connected. This is a future development. And then when you've completed a test, you can merge results from various instruments and create a graphic representation. They'll actually be overlaid so that the time is synchronized as well. So that's what's going to happen in the future. The next section within the app is called Settings. This is a future development whereby it will display which instruments are connected electronically to the app. Within this section of the app, there will be a list of all the instruments that are connected wirelessly to your app. This is a future development, and you'll be able to select which items you're going to use, which instruments, and then they will be connected and automatically transmit data. The last section within our app is called the help page, and it's going to do exactly that. All these videos that we're making at the moment, tutorials, are going to be within that help page. So if you're out in the middle of nowhere, Timbuktu or whatever, and you've got no phone reception, no Australian standards, and no phone a friend, you can go to the help page and you'll be able to look up the tutorial that's relevant for what you're about to test to refresh your memory.